I was full of them. The day that it came over the poly, I knew well, there were 3 people out there that were aware of. I knew 2 of them. So they said the morning after they camped out, they walked in, they were surprised at how many pigs were in there. We were kind of wondering what the heck was going to happen if that kipuka burned up. Because this stuff's hard to walk across in tennis shoes. A little hoofed animal trying to run across it might have been kind of interesting.
Little instant barbecues on occasion.
Lamb pick up some pork. Well, you can see the color differences around us. This slow is actually kind of moving earlier today, but just shows you how quick it can change. It's already kind of crusted over and cooled off. We're going to continue right up to the vent, make some turns both directions. A couple of wind changes, terrain changes, just kind of like a boat on the ocean, working with the wind of the bumps. But we'll come up and make some turns. Well, we'll see which way we want to start off here. Alright, we'll come in behind him with a turn left around the vent, which will start off with a right turn here. And we'll be looking right down into the crater. Now, the first time I came up, I thought there'd be a big lake of lava. But back in '97, the lava pond drained out, the crater floor dropped about 500 feet, and the whole west wall collapsed in. What we do have is, which will be on the left-hand side here on Sander and Ronald's door, looking down in, we've got a caved-in skylight. You can see the lava bubbling in to the west side of the crater. Alright, let's make a tight right turn here, looking right down into it, Ronald. Beautiful shot. Alright, let's bring it back around the right-hand side. Alright, next up, if y'all could get your coat hangers and your marshmallows ready, we're going to go down a little lower and, not quite right. Now, if you look off the nose real quick, you'll see this, the rift zone continues up. You can see it smoking all the way off in the distance. Alright, let's get one more pass back to the left, and then we'll head north.
Can they drive out here to set up the equipment?
No, the equipment is generally set up by helicopter. They'll long line it out here and drop off. There's not any way that I'm aware of to drive out here. And you'll see large caved-in areas. These are old lava tubes that have caved in over time. So the lava helps to create the structures, the lava tubes, the vents and whatnot. After the lava stops flowing, those areas can be left open and void. And like I said, it's very, very brittle, so they'll just collapse in, which is a big reason they don't encourage people to come out here and walk around, because there's lots of lava tubes that haven't caved in yet below the surface. Now, if we were to time travel back about 8 months ago, the lava activity outside of the vent that we would have seen would have been on the north side of the field here. Little breakouts from little lava tubes underneath the surface, was working its way back across the surface into the trees. Trees were smoldering, kind of burning. It is interesting that even though the lava is as hot as it is, up over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, that it doesn't generally create forest fires. That's because it's a rainforest, right? Things are well hydrated. So it is cool to me that as it works its way back into the forest, it cuts through the trees, burns through them, and they collapse. Well, then why the heck, if it was so hot, would all these trees be lying around the outside edge, not burned up like a bunch of matchsticks just laying there? Well, I got kids, so this makes sense to me, maybe to you guys too. Lava is kind of like oatmeal. It it gets very hot, but if you let it sit around for about 10 minutes, it gets very cold on the top edge. And so if you dig into it, try to take a big bite, you're going to realize how hot it is down below still. That's kind of the same way lava reacts. Within a 15 or 20 minute period of time, as that tree gets cut off at the knees and collapses, it's also begun to cool over on the top edge. And so the tree collapses and falls down on the top surface, which might only be a couple, 200 or 300 degrees, not quite hot enough to ignite it. It lies there and dries out. Now, just a few inches or a few feet down, it may still be 2,000 degrees, but not on the top edge. And because of all the gases that escape from the lava and all the pores that we were talking about leaves in it, it actually becomes a very good insulator. So you may be on top of it. I will tell you this. Going down to visit the lava flow much earlier than it is now, I can't vouch for what exactly it's looking like now, but they were doing some experiments, I'll call them, and taking big chunks of heavyish rock and throwing it into the flowing lava. And I, before going, would have thought it would have splashed. And maybe in some situations it does, but that's not what I witnessed. What I witnessed was that material is so dense that even when it's flowing red hot, the rocks just bounce right off of it. You could take a stick, and you could poke a stick into the red hot lava, and it was like a blowtorch. As it sucked that oxygen in, you could just hear it just roaring at you. And it was amazingly hot, but it reacted much differently than I thought. Now, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying that's what I saw. And we had somebody with us that was original Hawaiian. They said it was okay as long as we, even when we roasted our marshmallows, as long as we left some for Pele. So we left some marshmallows for Pele. All right, well, I've got to make a couple of calls of approach, get us back into the airspace. Keep on enjoying the views, and I'll talk to you in just a couple of minutes.